have still got that email in my inbox.
Yep. And the email that you're referring to is one from Super Advice, where we coach how to maybe change habits and maybe have more money. But let me ask, like, if someone said to you, right, are you ready for our discovery meeting to find out how we can look under your financial hood, under the bonnet, and find out how to fix it? What does that put fear in you?
Looking under my anything hood, not really. No, I mean, no, not so much now. Like I'm being a little bit, silly, really. I feel that way. I've definitely got those feelings.
The vibe is there.
Yeah.
It would be.
Yeah. Well, it's just like I just have to bit by bit just get comfortable with that, because the end result is that I will be in a better position. So it's kind of like asking a personal trainer to help you train, but you go, oh no, I don't want you to watch me how I do that. So it's incorrect form.
And like if you've maybe been in a good paddock for way too long and it's time to go to the gym, it's probably a similar feeling. I don't want to go down to the gym where everyone's going to, No,
I want to do it. I just want to be at this point without actually having to reveal my, my lack of fitness.
What would you say to someone who you wanted to help in a certain way, but they were feeling a bit scared to do it? Like, how would you frame it? Like, if I was me, or if I was someone at Super Advice, talking to someone who had they're keeping it quiet and all hidden within, but they had the anxiety about.
Well, you know me. You know what I'd say to somebody else. I'd say, "Oh, suck it up, you little sook."
It does seem to resonate more if you have the tough love approach, rather than the friendly, systematical. This is what you do, and then this is what you do.
Yeah.
Adding a bit more of a tough love approach. I think it's more effective, definitely with dudes.
Right. Look, it's not even a big deal. It's a blown out thought process, really, to think, oh God, I've been frivolous, and I have, and so that's why I need to get a budget sorted out so that I can curb that, right? So that was my initial feeling about it. The reason why I haven't filled it in now is because I'm so time poor, and it does actually take a little bit of time to collect all of those details.
Is that where you're up to, the budgety bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's two options. You probably know this. You can do it yourself, or you can do it with someone at Super Advice. You book a meeting, and they do it on a Teams meeting or on a phone. Do it virtually though, and they share screens and they go through it with you, and you open up your laptop, and you've been asked just to have an idea and have your phone ready and have something ready so that you can look at things when we ask, and we're just going to ask you questions. So you really just sit there and listen and answer some questions and go, oh, hold on, let me find that power bill.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all that happens. And they find, this is what they call it, they're looking for wealth in how you move your money. So they might say, oh, look at this. Did you realize you spent $700 on bought lunches in a month? And you would go, I sort of had an idea, but how much? And so you would be able, because you now have that knowledge, you'd be able to do something about it. And
either that or you just carry it around with $700.
Well, yeah, how do you explain it? It's like, oh God, I didn't realize that it's almost like going somewhere for ages and waiting to buy your coffee and then realize, oh, you just have to go around there and there's no queue.
Yeah.
Oh, I just had to know. So yeah, that's what they'll do. I know I say this all the time, but once you've done that exercise, we can see money in, money out, take that one away from that one. That's what's left over in a month. Have you been saving lately?
How do you define saving? Because putting money into my savings account for a little while and then taking it out bit by bit until it's all gone, that's not really saving.
Let me just ask, and you don't have to really answer this, but what sort of things do you take it out for?
Well, I guess the things that an emergency fund would cover.
So are you telling me that you have regular mini emergencies?
No, I'm just not. I don't know. I don't. Well, I do. No. But not really.
So
no, that's more of a financial. I'm financially disorganized.
Yes. Do you know what we do? We financially organize people.
Cool.
You have to show people a certain way with buy-in along the way, because it's that same old thing. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink it. Like, I could show someone what to do, but I can't make them do it. And so, but what we've found is if we show someone how to do it in a series of steps,
Yeah.
because I do a lot of the presenting. If we deploy a financial wellness program into a business, I'm the guy that goes and does the big, yo, this is what we're gonna do with you. This is gonna be the outcomes, man, if it works, and blah 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 blah. Because I'm the guy that goes and does that. I will just write my mobile number on the big whiteboard behind me, and Jeremy.
Yeah.
So you know, 50 people in your high vis, as we're having our chat, just take my number down. And if you've got any questions, we're your people now. You can ask me all sorts of stuff, you know, and if I can't get it, one of the team will get it. Yeah, so we get all these beautiful texts come through saying, wow, you guys have changed everything, and rah, rah, rah. So
Because most people, I would imagine, in New Zealand, so there's the thing where most people don't talk about money with their friends,
100%.
whatnot, right?
Yep.
And the other thing is, if you're fortunate, then you will have a family member, at least one, or somebody that you can go to that can give you sort of solid financial advice, or would look at your situation and say, hey, I recommend do this. Whereas most people, and I'm one of those people, I don't know where to turn to ask anybody that's left, for this kind of advice, because I don't think they know. There's a bit of, like back in the day, they purchased a house. They have that house.
Yeah.
Maybe they've got some money in like a term deposit or something like that. But things have changed now. So, so it's you're kind of just a little bit in some kind of abyss when it comes to finance stuff. And also people, there's almost too much information out there. You can go online.
yeah.
And try to find it, but we don't tend to.
So would you prefer, if you had two advisors that looked very similar, both recommended? So one,
Denise,
one,
I'm going with Denise.
One is no fee because she's paid her fee through the product provider that she places your financial business with.
Fee. I'm going to go with the one that's charging
Why?
me a fee. Because you should pay for professional advice.
Yes. What about should you pay a fee? The reason I ask that, do you think this person is biased towards one particular product out of all of them?
Yes, probably attached to the banks.
It's tethered. So that's tethered, right? And then this one here.
So they're not looking at my personal situation so much. It's almost like just all put in that box.
This one over here, they can say, I'm just going to get the best outcome for you, regardless of the provider that we use, because I'm taking your money.
I want a financial advisor. If you're saying what is it that you would want, I can get them in here right now. What do you need? I want them, and this is why I liken it to going to see a counsellor or whatever. Is that I could go to a counsellor and tell them all my issues and have them listen. That's nice, or give me their they try to placate you or whatever and sort of move you this way or whatever. Whereas I want a financial advisor that is going to go, well, here's the truth here. I think you might be overstretching yourself. Let's be honest here, like for real. But there's also this option. A couple of different options, completely different directions you could go in.
A couple of different costs.
And then I can narrow it down and sort of say, well, okay, then cool. Well, that sort of sounds good to me. What do you think from there? I don't want it to be, cool, sweet, well, that's going to earn me more money. I'd rather just pay you a fee. Yeah. And then, okay, I'm going to think about that, come back and I'll pay you another fee because I'm literally paying you for your solid sound advice, which is catered towards it. Hopefully you understand the variations in your clients as well, which is pretty important.
Yeah. Okay, so this is gold for me. You've just told me a vague plan of how you would like to receive a financial advice service, and I'm going to bounce back to you how we do it quickly. So we would send you an email, a financial wellness questionnaire, 7 questions. It would just tell us not how good you are with money, just how you feel about your financial future, if it's bright or if it's gloomy, right? And then the next.
So that's your psychological, like.
Yeah, we want to know who we're talking to. How worried are they? Because we'll match our response to, if someone's feeling all great, we'll high five them when we come into the meeting. If someone's feeling worried, we'll come in with some plans ready to go.
Okay.
So we ask that questionnaire and that gives them a score, and our goal is to improve the score. The next questionnaire that comes in a couple of days later, and we just email people. It's an automated system because we don't want anyone having to log in or remember to do things, so it just emails. It's a discovery questionnaire. It'll ask the things that you said. Are you single? Are you partnered? Do you have kids? And if you do you have them all the time or part of the time? It will ask if you use cash or EFTPOS card. We'll ask you if you budget and how if you're good at it or shit at it or about middle of the road. We'll even ask you how hard you party, because that's factored into, just looking back at my younger years, that was a big factor because I party quite hard, as you know.
Yes.
And we'll
and
ask
is that going to all of a sudden come to a like grinding stop so that you can
well,
save towards
someone
this?
who takes offence to that question isn't ready to be spoken to.
Yeah, right.
That's actually the purpose of it.
Because they're going to hide those the spends with cash withdrawals.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And what it might do, and what we hope it might do, because I used to party too hard and now I don't, so I'm very pleased about that. But what it might do is it might just trigger something in someone to help them a little bit if they need it.
Yeah.
And then the next step in the program is you have the opportunity to book a one-on-one with one of our money coaches, who is one of these people that's lived as well. And really they're going to just help you find excess money. And they act more or less like a financial concierge. So they'll go through your budget. They'll know your questions and your answers. They'll know you and they'll talk to you over an hour to find out who you are while we move through. They'll ask questions on how you operate your accounts and stuff like that. And they'll just come up with some simple ideas and then they bounce you back that budget and all you got to do is follow it. And so it now comes down to willpower and discipline. Do you find sometimes that after you've done the shopping, you've gone, how many OXO cubes can I stack here?
No. I feel like I just buy, like I spend $150 and that's not even for my big shop. It's because I went down to get a few things. Might have taken one of the kids with me. That'd be my teenager. You just choose some stuff for lunches, will you? And she'll grab a couple of things. And I buy all these things that are really, I don't know, maybe just to satiate myself in the moment. A couple of bags of chips. A bag of chips is $5.50 these days for a decent bag of chips.
Too expensive, don't buy them.
And then I sort of think, I think the next day when I'm looking around the house, well, in the kitchen, looking around the kitchen going, what have I got to eat? I spent $150 yesterday on what? Paper towels. I have been keeping on top of bills, getting them to a little bit of debt, and then being quite proud of myself that I have minimised the debt again. Woo! And then I guess celebrated by buying some more shit. And I now know, I mean, definitely with KiwiSaver, it's a drip feed thing, and I've been able to see once again, because I'm not really a saver, but because it's come out of my like all Kiwis, it comes out of your account before you get it your pay.
Perfect.
Yeah, so you can see, oh shit, I've got a lot of money here. But I just haven't had anything substantial to feed that money towards, which I'm looking at that being a mortgage.
And good, that's good. Do you know what I feed money towards in my mind? Like you just said, I haven't had anything substantial. What you're saying is you haven't had any goal.
You feed your money towards putting more money so that your stack of money will
make money.
Yes. What's that called?
Compound.
Yeah, compounding.
So my goal is my goal is financial freedom. What is financial freedom? It's independence of all of that chaos you just described with open loops and debt and bills and on top of and all gone. That's my goal. Rather than going to the shopping every 2 days and buying too much shit and letting your teenager loose to buy whatever she wants, put some brakes on that and buy your shopping next week. I want you to do this. This is before next podcast, there'll be 4 weeks. Find one of the weeks to try and do this while going through our Super Advice program. I want you to meal plan a whole week, even if one's a meal and the next one's leftovers, all right? Plan the whole lot. And then write out what you need and buy it all online from Countdown and get it delivered.
I don't do the dinners at home, so do I still have to do that project?
Just your life. Do whatever you have to buy from the supermarket. Buy it all in one go in 1 week and have it delivered. Because now you've removed the back and forth, gone. Now you know what you've bought and it's a fixed amount and you can actually probably stick to it sort of every week.
And so I will. So actually, because you go, oh, well, I don't want to do the click and collect or delivery or whatever because that'll cost me a bit more money. But
Do it.
it's every single time I go into the supermarket,
Yeah,
I buy something
overspend.
else that I shouldn't. Okay.
You overspend. So do the click and collect. They'll drop it off, be home, and then all of a sudden, because what we're trying to achieve is a fixed expense every week.
Okay, well,
not a variable one.
That's okay. So that's a good hack.
That's a hack.
I'm living for these hacks. I've got
good.
one from you so far.
Good.
Today. Do you know how if you go to the supermarket and you're really good and then you don't buy chocolate or any junk food because you'd eaten before you left and you're being good, then you get home and you see all your food and you're like, no, I don't want to eat any of this. I need some bloody chocolate. Going to go down to the shops, pay $5.60 for.
Yeah, yeah.
What do? You just have to actually buy yourself, know that you'll need some snacks, get some good things and
Yeah.
just do it. Because otherwise it's going to have your foot back into the supermarket.
Everything that we're talking about here is a road to discipline. So if you buy it once, you've planned it. So you've had the discipline to go, I'm going to have that on that day, that tonight, that tomorrow morning. You've planned it.
I'll have some surplus cash though, right, for if I want to
I'm-
go for a
I'm talking
walk to
about-
the shops.
Yes. You can still do that. But it's sort of like a game you play with yourself. It's like, see if you can, called the game of life with money. No, it's
Game of life, actual game of life, it does in
But
fact
yeah.
tell you to speculate on the stock exchange and like.
Well, yeah, and that's other things like it's easy for me because I find it interesting. It's easy to do something if it's interesting, right? Like I like understanding how the share market works. Mm-hmm. And why do people buy that one and not that one? And why does it go up sometimes and why does it go down? So I find it really fascinating, which is easy for me. But if you don't...
I think I need to get a better connection with the Georgia who is ahead a few steps. I need to just recognise where she's at by comparison to where current Georgia is, if you know what I mean. This is the way that my mind works.
Perfect.
Right, because I don't really care about the logistics of it or whatever. I just need my willpower relies on what am I in short term
Goals?
not goals, no, when I get something back. It's short-term gratifications or whatever.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
I mean, that's cool. I can work towards this end goal, but I'm just going to veer off if I'm not, if I don't. And that's why I need to just visualize, like, okay, right.
Yeah.
Or get that mortgage and be like, well, your money's got to go in there, and then you've got a house. Yay.
Yeah. I mean, like, all you really need to do, and like we get quite into the weeds when we talk about shopping and hacks like that. That's quite in the weeds. But really, all you need to do is know how much you have to spend every week, and don't can spend over it. That is it.
And then by a couple of pays go by, and then you're going to have this money that's over here that you're not touching, that is compounding each time you save that cash.
And to do this, you just have to say no a little bit more to yourself, to other people, to your teenager. You just have to say, no, I'm not spending the money. No, I'll be back. I just want 6 months out because I'm growing a stack. And once I've got my stack, what'll happen is you'll get used to doing that. That's what I want.
I've been practicing doing that.
Yeah. And then once it gets a certain size, you'll feel proud, like you've built your own little green cash, baby.
Yeah.
And you will protect and nurture it.
That's what I'm talking about the current Georgia looking at the future Georgia is, and I'm just talking about a few months into it. I just need to get myself to that point, and I can see myself.
Yeah.
And I'm going,
yeah,
you did it.
Well, remember this, every time you borrow...
Currently, this Georgia's going, I can't do it.
Yeah. Just imagine that Georgia looking back at you in the position that she is going, you can, I really need you to.
She'd be like, you can't have Christian Louis Vuitton shoes anymore, love.
Is that what they are?
Yeah. I got them from the op shop, though.
Oh, yeah, good. Yeah, that's good. I mean, have a think about this. Every time you borrow money, like whether it's a credit card or Afterpay or whatever, all you're doing is robbing that future Georgia of her money.
Future Georgia's like...
Future Georgia's going, F you, old Georgia.
Yes. Yeah, she's not. She's like...
Old Georgia, ease up.
Oh, she will be old Georgia then, this rate, though, won't she?
Yeah. So,
but this okay. Oh no, all right.
So,
but this is what I have to visualize. This is what I have to visualize. Exactly that is that future Georgia is sitting there waiting for me to get my shit together.
Go and open that email, read it, select a budget with one of the mums, and we're going to talk about it next time.
Will do.
Awesome. Boom.